This is Aunt Fernita, and I have a wonderful story for you called Hannah's Special Baby. Today's memory verse is from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 17. It says, "May God grant you what you have asked of him." The message for today's story is we serve God when we help others. Have you ever felt really sad about something? So sad that you cried? That's how Hannah felt. "It's time to get ready for our trip to the tabernacle to Shiloh," Elkanah said to his wife Hannah one morning. "It's almost time for the feast." Hannah smiled. "I'll pack everything we'll need," she said. Each year, Hannah and Elkanah traveled to Shiloh to worship at the tabernacle there. But every time they went to Shiloh, Hannah felt a bit sad. She thought back to the early days of her marriage. Many years had gone by, and Hannah had not had any babies. Oh, how she and Elkanah would love to have a baby of their own. Finally, Elkanah and Hannah began their journey toward Shiloh. The road was very crowded with other families, and it seemed as if every family had children. Oh, how Hannah wished she had a child. At Shiloh, they worshipped in the tabernacle. When it was time for the special feast meal, Elkanah gave Hannah an extra serving. He wanted to make up for the child that she did not have. Hannah closed her eyes tightly, but the tears still leaked out. "Hannah," Elkanah said, "don't be sad because you have no children. Isn't having me better than 10 sons?" he teased. After the meal, Hannah slipped away to the tabernacle. "Oh Lord," she prayed, "if you gave me a son, I would give him back to you. He would serve you all of his life." Eli, an old priest, watched Hannah closely. She hugged herself tightly and rocked back and forth. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. The old priest was sure she had been drinking wine. "What are you doing coming in here drunk?" he demanded. Hannah was shocked. "I'm not drunk," she exclaimed. "I was just pouring out my problem to the Lord." Eli's frown disappeared. "In that case, cheer up," he smiled. "God has heard your prayer. May the God of Israel give you what you have asked for." Hannah suddenly felt her great cloud of sadness disappear. "Oh, thank you, she said to Eli. Hannah walked slowly back to Elkanah. She just knew God was going to answer her prayer for a son. Hannah couldn't wait to tell Elkanah about her visit with the old priest. Eli had given her hope. Aunt Fernita would like to say hi to 4 of her very special friends in the United States. A very special hello to Asia, Alisa, Anika, and Jaden.
This podcast was brought to you by Gracelink.net and Studio El Piso in Singapore. For more children's resources, please visit Gracelink.net.
Hello everyone and welcome to KidsSabbathSchoolReview.com. My name is Rich Aguilera. Don't go to the .com yet. That's not our new home yet. It's going to be soon. We're probably a week or 2 away still from being able to go to our new home. I am so excited. As I've been telling you the last few weeks, it's going to be switching over to a subscription model that will allow me to be able to do this year round. 52 weeks per year, we get to dig deep and have fun learning about the lesson with the kids. Of course, this is an investment for the kids if you are able to subscribe and follow along. I know that if you're watching now, you are interested in the spiritual life of your kids and the incredibly valuable lessons that the church prepares for us. We're hoping to keep the costs as low as possible. I mean, basically, $2 or $3 you'll spend in a second on a bottle of Gatorade or whatever in any given week. That's what we want to try to do, keep it down to $2, $3 a week for us to be able to continue to produce this week after week. So don't go to the website yet because it's not ready, but soon we will be going there. Of course, my name is Rich Aguilera. We're checking out the July 4th lesson for the primaries. July 4th, happy birthday USA, woohoo! course, if you want to check out and follow along with the lesson, you can check it out online at gracelink.net/primary, or you can print them out, or you can buy the actual book yourself. And of course, we'd love to let more and more people know about this, so please share that little button down there and help us let your friends and family know about this. It's time for the brain teaser. Boy, do I got a good one for you this week. All right, here we go. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to read it for you. What is special about these words? Job, polish, and herb. What's special about these words? Job, polish, herb. All right, that's it. We'll talk about the answer at the end. You guys think about them. You might be able to figure it out. This is an interesting one. This is different from some of the other ones that we've done. Let's check out this week's artifact. Oh, so many cool things we can look at. Now, this week the artifact is a little different. Let me just show it to you. This is a plaque. It has a little base on it and has some words on it. And basically, it was given to me from the church in Venezuela. Ooh. But there's something very meaningful about this. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes when we go for a ride together in the Jeep. Next thing we need to do, though, to get started with the lesson time together is to check out our verse of the week. It says, "You will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and to the ends of the earth." Acts 1:8. Wow, that's a global sounding verse. This is going to be really good. Can't wait to talk about the lesson with you. Let's get started, but we have to go outside. Yeah, we're not going to do it here. It's a beautiful day again. Love summer. Let's go. Our lesson this week picks up with the time period where Jesus is soon to be crucified. And of course, he was telling the disciples, the 12 disciples, that this day would come. They had already been working with him for over 3 years. They knew everything about Jesus and they just loved serving him. But Jesus told them that day would come, and sure enough, that Friday came where he was crucified, but he had told them he would rise again. And on Sunday, that third day, that's exactly what he did. And you probably know the story. It was those ladies that had gone to the tomb. They discovered the empty tomb. The angel said, "He has risen. He is out of here." Those ladies, can you imagine the excitement? They took off running back to tell the disciples the amazing news that Jesus had resurrected. And of course, Jesus then appeared to the disciples. And they spent time together, and Jesus encouraged them. And he told them about the work that was now to come, which was to tell the whole world about Jesus and about his second coming. This was his first coming. He was going to come again. And then soon after that, they assembled on the Mount of Olives, and Jesus would then ascend to heaven and go back to the Father. So that was his first coming, but he did tell them about the second coming, which is going to be awesome. And he told them, now you got to tell everybody so that everybody knows and everybody's ready. So that would be their job now. And the disciples knew that there was a bit of work to do because the whole world, that's a big place. But here's what happened. The disciples got together to discuss, and the first thing that they talked about, I think, was that they were missing one disciple. You see, you probably know the story of Judas. He fell to temptation, and he betrayed Jesus, and he ended up killing himself, which is a horrible thing to do. That's never, ever the answer. That's murder. You can actually murder yourself. That's never the answer, but that is what he did. And unfortunately, the disciples were now facing a hole in their team because now it was only 11. They decided we need to get back to 12. So they asked God to help them see who would be the person to fill that important job. And of course, it had to be somebody, they said, that knew Jesus, that had followed along in all the teachings, that had seen Jesus in person, that knew Jesus personally. So they narrowed down the list to 2 men, a guy named Joseph and a guy named Matthias. And of course, they prayed and asked God to reveal who that would be. And the choice ended up being Matthias. And he became the new 12th disciple. And now his job would be to join the other disciples and to boldly go everywhere they could to tell people about Jesus. When we love and obey Jesus, we serve him. And that is what the lesson wants to teach us this week. And Matthias, he was ready to serve, and he was probably excited to be the 12th disciple. Well, how about we go for a ride now? It's a beautiful day with the door, top, everything's off the Jeep. Let's go for a ride, come on. Back in 2013, when some of you guys were like being born, I got an invitation to go speak in Venezuela, in South America. Kind of a long ways to go, but I accepted the invitation. They told me it was a camporee for pathfinders and master guides. I thought it would be a great opportunity to go. I had to speak in another language, and I was going to be there for like a week speaking to them every single night. So they got my ticket, went from Chicago to Miami, Miami to Caracas, Caracas to like another smaller city. They picked me up at the airport. Then we had to drive another couple hours into the middle of the country. We finally arrived to this little school that they had in the country. That's where the camporee would be taking place. What amazed me though is that there was almost 10,000 people there. And it wasn't very luxurious accommodations, very simple tents, very simple showers and toilets. You know, everybody had to make their own food. I'm grateful because they gave me this little room indoors, didn't have air conditioning, but that's okay. And every night I would get in front of those almost 10,000 people to speak about Jesus. That was my job. And it was an amazing experience. And they were so happy and eager to learn about Jesus. And it reminds me, because that's what our lesson is about this week. It's about being willing to accept that call to go anywhere. Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and anywhere in the world to go tell them about Jesus. Kind of like the story we talked about today. I hope you're willing to do the same thing. Doesn't mean you have to go to Venezuela or Judea or anywhere else. You can do it right where you are. They gave me that plaque, the one that I showed you there in the office, at the end of the week. Their way of thanking me for what I had done. And I wanted to show you the plaque, not to give me glory. I'm not interested in the glory. But to me, it was a great reminder of the work that I had gone to do. I traveled to the other side of the world, willing and eager to tell people about Jesus. That's the job that we've been called to do. I hope you do the same. Right now, though, you know what? We should check in to see what our animal specialists, Dusty and Feather, are up to.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it doesn't matter if you're allergic to dairy or poison ivy, we're glad you're here. Welcome to the Dusty and Feather Show!
Hello, we're so glad you're here today. I can't believe it's been another whole week. I know, it went by so fast, but I'm so happy. This is my favorite time of the week. Yes, me too. Talking to the kids about animals, right? Yes, plus our tradition of going to eat nachos afterward. Well, I thought that was our little secret, Dusty. Not anymore! We're going to eat nachos after this! And fruits and vegetables too, Dusty. Oh, of course, of course. I love nachos so much, I put fruits and veggies on top. Well, yes, actually, that's true. I've seen it. Oh, okay, Dusty. We didn't come here today to talk about nachos. I know. We came to talk about animals. Correct. Which animal are we going to talk about today, Feather? I'm so curious. Yes. Our animal for today is a mammal. Ooh, a guessing game. I like those. Oh, okay. So it's a mammal. Let me think. Oh, I'm glad it's a mammal too. That means it's not a frog. That's correct. It's not a frog, Dusty. Good. Okay. I'm thinking. Mammal. Mammal, huh? You know what? That's a pretty huge category, Feather. Do you think you can give me a clue? Oh, well, of course. The reason we're going to talk about this animal is because it was helping another animal. An animal helping another animal? Really? Wow. Well that's kind of cool. Like helping it pick the right toppings for nachos? Not quite. Close, but not quite. Well, actually, not close at all. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, you couldn't be farther, Dusty. Is that supposed to be a clue? No. Okay, I'll give you another clue. This animal doesn't eat nachos. Aha! A clue! Wait a second. That clue didn't help at all. I know. Okay, it's a large mammal. Oh, okay, now we're talking. An elephant? Nope. A rhino? Nope. A hippo? Nope. A giraffe? Nope. I'm not doing very well, Feather. I know. It's one of the largest mammals in the world. I already said the elephant. Bigger, Dusty. Bigger. Bigger than an elephant? But wait a second. Feather, does this mammal live in the ocean? Yep. It's a whale! Very good, Dusty. Today's animal is a humpback whale. Cool. So what did they do to help other animals? Well, I read that a few years ago, some scientists saw a group of humpback whales protect a single gray whale from a pod of killer whales. Whoa, wait a second. Humpbacks and gray whales? They aren't even the same species. That's right. Isn't that neat? The humpback whales saw that the gray whale was in trouble, and they came and scared away the killer whales. Wow, that's incredible! Yes, it is. On land, with people, that's called love, and that's how we serve God. What do you mean, Feather? Well, our lesson says that when we love God, we serve Him. And one of the ways we can serve God is by loving and protecting others. Oh, I get it. Just like the humpback was helping the gray whale. That's right. So, love God, love others everywhere. Got it. That's so awesome. Well, I've got to go. I know of a friend that I can help. Oh, that sounds great. I think I'll help too. Bye. Bye.
All right, thank you so much, Dusty and Feather, for that insight on those humpback whales. Very cool. All right, you know what time it is. It's time for Game Show. Oh, this is great because we can check to see how much you've been paying attention. And as usual, you guys are always paying attention. You guys always know the answers. So I'm going to ask you those 5 questions. If you know the answer, just shout them out. It's okay if you wake up the parakeet. He won't mind. He's so excited that you know the answers. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. What are the 3 specific locations that our memory verse mentions today? That's right. Jerusalem, Samaria, Judea. Very good. Good job. All right, let's check out now. Question number 2. From which mount did Jesus ascend to heaven from? That's right, the Mount of Olives. Nicely done. Good job. Ooh. All right, let's check out question number 3 now. Which man was chosen to be the new 12th disciple? That's right, it was Matthias. Good job. All right, let's check out question number 4 now. In the Dusty and Feather show, what kind of whale did the humpback whales help protect? Yes, the gray whale. Very good, very good, very good. Help protect them from the killer whale. All right, let's check out question number 5. In my story today, what was the name of the country that I went to serve God in? That's right, Venezuela. Awesome. You guys got all 5, didn't you? I bet you did. All right, you know what time it is now, right? It's brain teaser reveal. Did you get the answer? Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. I'm super confused. All right, let's check out the answer. Let me read it for you again just to make sure you remember all the little details from it. Here we go. What is special about these words? Job, polish, herb. The answer? When you capitalize each word, they are pronounced differently. Instead of job, it's Job. Instead of polish, it's Polish. And instead of herb, it's Herb, the name. Isn't that cool? Did you get that one? That one was pretty hard. All right, before we finish, don't forget to download the activity sheet at uniquechristiantoys.com/free stuff. download it, print it out, print out as many as you want, and have fun doing the games and activities there. Remember, soon we'll have the online versions too. Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be so cool. Let's finish together now with a word of prayer. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for reminding us this week that we need to do a job for you. Because we love you, because we worship you, we are to tell the whole world about you, to tell them that you are soon to be coming back as well. Help us to be the new Matthias, ready to serve because we love you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Well guys, I'm excited to see you next week already. Have a great week. Take care. God bless.